Hi, it's me, Miss Mimic. One of my commenters said that they wanted a tour of my equipment that I use for DMing. So here we go. What you are currently on, you are currently like in this weird little rig that I have chained up. So that way you don't fall forward because you're on a little coffin thing stand. So my DM table that I drag out to my kitchen table is a microwave stand that I chalkboard painted. So like this flap comes out, but this is chalkboard painted. So it's got a drawer, like a cabinet, a two cubby thing down here, and then the stuff that's down at the bottom. Okay, so I've got a little binder thingy that I was taking notes in my last campaign, just some randomizing stuff, some extra pieces of paper, 3.5 because that's when I started playing. This is the shield that my husband bought me that has all of the, very helpful things to know. Conditions, settings, tracking, damage, object hit points. There's a conditions, weather, travel pace. Things that a DM should know at a glance. All inside. And I set up on the back of this DM table little track system for me to hook it into because I'm very crafty. Another notebook for a TTRPG set that I kind of create called Fredward's Playhouse, because I myself am making a felt TTRPG. I'm talking like tents, rivers. Yeah, this is the tavern and bar pieces. It's like on I make a grid. Like I have the grid. It's in the other closet. These are all chairs. I was making like felt monsters, but my hands started to hurt because I have arthritis. But these are trees and bushes. I first was making it out of like matting because my father-in-law passed away. But it's really hard to cut. Really, really hard to cut. He had like these very like $800, $900 tools because he used to make, I'll get into that later. But like I was making furniture and stuff like that to make scenes. So that's its own thing. And then, like I said, I have these, which I'm going to continue making a video on. These are my player sheets. Yes?
I think Jacob left his phone in there.
Yes, give me a minute, baby. Open up.
Thank you.
You're welcome, babe. My son. He's having a play date with his best friend. I have my monster manual. I do have... Whoop, you're falling. I do have the regular... this is the older player's handbook, not the 2024 handbook. One of my other players had one, the one that was questionable and bounced from the table. So I do have to get, I think I have it on the app, just not in physical media. And then I have Obijima, which is a Spirited Away inspired TTRPG, which is compatible with 5E. There's some really cool stuff in there. Some notebooks. I have, that's just a campaign notebook. And then I have Book of Vile Darkness, Traps, Puzzles, and Dungeons, the Game Masters, and then I have Astonishing Random Tables. I love these books. I plan on getting more of them. I love randomizing shit. I love rolling dice. Creatures and Curios. I love expansions. I love finding out what there is more to expand on, because my inner child was crushed when I was younger. I used to think about all kinds of things. Dungeons and maps, villages. I made my own custom death save throwing die. Critical save, critical death, so you don't have to throw 3 different dice or throw a d20 over and over again. You just throw that. It's pretty balanced. I have lots of creature cards. Lots of creature cards. Then I have the Deck of Many Insults, which I thought was funny. Initiative cards, which I just saw something recently. Where it was like, it was by Diana of the Rose. She's like, you take a tarot cards or cards that represent your players. Like, it could be a deck of cards. Assign it to every person and shuffle it. And instead of everyone rolling initiative, you flip the cards, and whoever that card is, maybe you could just draw up cards of everyone, or just like have blank cards and write their names on them, and then shuffle it, and then turn the card, flip the card, and whoever's at, it's their turn. So it randomizes it every single time, and that way it's like, oh my god, I'm up, and they made their turn, and so it's just like, it kind of like, this person and this person, and that way no one really knows what's about to happen. I made a bunch of these for on top of my screen for initiative. That way everyone saw what they were doing next. That really helped. I had all of those. Wilderness Chase, Monuments, Wilderness Journeys. I had all these like hex map stuff. There were dry erase. I had this. I like collecting magazines for certain stuff. That's all that I have there. And I think I have a whiteboard for when I'm like writing down specific stuff. And then I'm going to show you my dice. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you saw. I have dice tattoo. But I'm missing a die, by the way. I have a big chunky glow in the dark D20. And then I have this squishy D20. And then I have a bunch of these. This was a set of opalite ones that my husband bought me at a convention in Jersey. And so there's some of them in here, but I'm missing the D4. I had bought a replacement for it in from this place in the UK. It was slightly different, which was fine. I was okay with it. This whole thing falls off of my table here, shatters. Some of these are actually cracked because my son, when he was a toddler, threw it at the grid at GameStop. Because my sister used to work at GameStop and when we used to talk, and he threw it and shattered them because they're opalite. They're a synthetic stone. But yeah, and then I made this quite a years back, and it's covered in dog hair because I have dogs. But big D20 plush. Yeah, I made that. Someone commissioned it, and I'd given them a price. It was a friend. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I could probably do it for like $40 because it sounds about right. And when I got done, I'm like, hey man, $40 is underpaying myself for how much work that was. Having to hand cut all of these numbers out, sewing this together, doing all of this, that took so long, and I cannot part with it for $40. He's like, I can't pay more than $40. And I'm like, so yeah, I can't part with this unless you want to pay like $60-$70. As a small person, like, this is worth way more than that. He's like, I understand. And so I kept it. So I have these big chonkies, and I've got little ones, and I've got these ones, and I've got reds. But some of my favorite ones are these spooky prints. So you can see, like, yeah, but they got like this spooky kind of like, I got those last year. And then I got these ones at the Ren Fair. I forget where I got these. I think I got these at like Barnes Nobles. But yeah, so like, I had never gotten an advent calendar before. And so my husband, knowing that I'm a dice gremlin, and I have for years, but I've lost some over the years kind of thing. And, oh, he goes, ow, I just punched something. This is a necklace. Was a necklace. He bought me a dice advent calendar. It's a dice goblin, and I got to do it. It was so nice. But yeah, I think that's all my D&D stuff. I plan on acquiring more. Oh, I thought that I had lost this, so I had gotten more, because this was my dice tower. Like, this is the replacement. This is the one that I thought that I lost. So I got another one, but now I just keep them in here. This is my original. The Dice Castle Tower. Yes. These are all my things. I plan on getting some maps, and like I said, some more of those roll table books. On like PDF, I have some one-shot wonders. I have some character creation stuff from One Hit Press. Yeah, I have 2 different books by One Hit Press, I believe. Hold on. Looks like my tablet's dying. But it's One Shot Wonders digital spreads. One second, my screen is locked. PDF. One Shot Wonders by them. And then I have Role Play. Hi, Dodo. My thing's dying. Helps with world building and character creation. I have that one. And then that one was character creation. And then this one is the Game Master Fantasy Toolkit. You know, there's different suggestions to help you. Town economies, town government and leadership, local attractions, magical locations, a tree with an ornate door. When open, it leads to another dimension. A large black obelisk that lights up during a full moon, like things like that. And, you know, town crier news, like just different stuff to help with that. And then I also have the PDF for the storybook engine to help with that, because it's like when your inner child has been snuffed for so long, you learn you forget how to cook, how to and when you have no one to really talk to and brainstorm off of, you don't really have. You just want someone to lay in the grass and just and go and I never have people to and with. So I'm trying to build a community and go and I just need it. I need it. And this is therapy for me. This is therapy to heal my inner child. So join me.